Okay, people, this is Tony from Campfire&Countryside. The boat is hooked up. Got it hooked to the truck, ready to go. It's go time. This is Tony. We are at beautiful Higgins Ferry, and there's the boat in the water. The noodles are in the boat. We've got it put in, and let's go fishing. Okay, we have left the boat ramp, and we are headed out to find us somewhere to put some noodles out. Got the noodles in the boat, got my bait ready. Let's go see if we can catch a catfish. All right, folks, we have found us a place on the river. We come up the river about a mile from Higgins Ferry. I have got the boat anchored out until I get all the noodles out. It'd make my life easier instead of having to fight the boat and fight the noodles. So I stopped by the Dollar General and bought a pack of shrimp. And I'm gonna cut these shrimp up first and put them on the trot. Put them on, not the trot line, but the fishing noodles. And we are gonna see if we can catch a fish. So I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the first noodle ready. Remember, it has a slide inside of it. So what we're gonna do is turn them all up to the float side, and then I'm gonna lay the noodle down flat in the water. Now that noodle's fishing. Let's get a few more out and we'll watch them. Okay, so I've got several of them out. I don't have them all out yet, but I want you to pay attention to how they're all pointing in the same direction. So when they run in turbines at the dam, and you put your bait in the water and you put some kind of piece of lead on it, the current will grab that end of the noodle that has the line tied to it and send it down the river. So all 10 noodles are gonna point the same direction. As of right this minute, I've got out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still hadn't got a bite. And you know how I know I hadn't got a bite? Because my noodle's not standing up. So let me get the other 3 out and we'll get the camera back on. Okay, I've got this one baited, got a piece of lead on it, and the line is wrapped around the noodle. So I want to show y'all something that's interesting. Since I've already got the thing rolled up, I've got it turned down so that my lead goes to the front of the noodle. Now I want you to watch this thing spin and unroll the line off of it all by itself. Once all the line gets unrolled, it'll turn and point the other direction to go down the river when the current grabs the bait and the current grabs the lid. Do y'all see it rotating? So this thing will literally turn and start trailing all of those other noodles going down the river. It's time to catch a catfish. Okay, so far so good. We still hadn't caught anything. Everything's out, everything's fishing, so we're having a good time. It's all gonna come together here shortly. Y'all can see behind me, maybe, let me get down. So what I done was, I went up the river. I went down the river. So they've got 2 turbines on at the hydro or at the dam, and the water is going down river. So I got all the noodles out, and then I crunk up the boat and I come down river. I anchored out and I put a few fishing rods out. So I'm letting the noodles fish. They're doing their thing, and I've got some poles up on front of the boat. So I'm up here fishing and trying to catch a fish on the bottom while the noodles are floating and catching the fish down the river. So here are the rods I got off the front of the boat. I got 2 on the front of the boat, and I have a couple off the side of the boat. So I get to sit here and fish for about 20, 25 minutes maybe while my noodles are coming. So I got about 100 yards downriver from them. And this water is rolling out here. Y'all can see how far that line's pointing forward. So they've got a lot of water on, and it increases your ability to catch a fish when they have a lot of water on. I still don't see any of the noodles standing yet, but that's okay. It's a matter of time before one of them floats past a catfish and a catfish jumps on one of them. So we're just sitting and waiting. I am still in the boat, still watching noodles, and they have finally caught up with me. So right now they're just about even with the boat, and They're all up here but a couple, and here comes a boat that looks like he's going to run through the middle of them, so that's interesting. Got a whole river to go through, but he's going to run right through the middle of where I have my noodles at. Okay, the noodles are still fishing. They're kind of seem to be going from side to side across the river. Still don't have any standing up. We're still fishing. I got some rods out on the front of the boat. Rod over here. Big, beautiful rock wall behind me. I can hear water running. There's some type of waterfall back there. I just don't see it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not, but I do hear water running. So, while everything's fishing and we're just sitting here, we might as well have us a river snack. So, is there anybody besides me that likes buying a sausage? This flavor just happens to be barbecue. So, there's no sense in just sitting around while we're fishing and not having a snack. So I bought some Pop-Tarts as well. As soon as I eat a can of barbecue Viennas, I am going to get me a Pop-Tart. We finally got a bite. He didn't, and we've been fishing for a couple hours, and I literally have not got a bite until just a minute ago. And he didn't stay on it, but that's beside the point. I want to show you what the noodle looks like after it gets a bite and stands up. It's that tattletale noodle. It's the one that it's going to tell you every time that you got a bite. Okay, so there's 3 noodles. There's 3 noodles. They're all still laying flat on the river. Coming around this way, there are also 3 noodles. But the noodle that is right up in there, see if I can get a better shot. I don't think I can without falling out of the boat. The noodle that is right up in there is standing up on a 45-degree angle. So the noodle that's standing up is the one that got a bite. Everything else is still laying flat. The weight inside the noodle itself rolled over or it rolled down and stood the noodle up. So the process works great. The catfishing on this particular lake, I'm starting to question a little bit. I haven't even got a bite on the fishing rods that I have out. I have 3 fishing rods out now and my 10 noodles, and the only bite that I've got is that one noodle, and it did not catch the fish. So what you gonna do? All right, folks, I am fixing to roll the lines up, and we may come back in another day or two or go try a different lake. We may go up on Lay Lake. From where we're at now, or from the house, it took about 25 minutes to get here, and it takes somewhere around 25 minutes to get on Lay. There's a boat ramp over there that's above Lay Dam. They're all real close, and I think that's the one we're going to try next. All right, y'all have a good evening. Okay, folks, we are back home and got the boat back up in the yard. So we had a good time today. I really did. We didn't catch any fish. And I found out one reason that we didn't catch any fish with the noodle, and I want to share it with you, is we were fishing in about 60 foot of water, and I didn't realize that. So before I left, I went back and had a fish finder the whole time, or a depth finder. I went back and turned the depth finder on, and we were fishing in like 64 foot of water with a 20-foot leader. So maybe I should have thought about that first, but I mean, it is what it is. We still had a good time. Isn't the goal of Campfire&Countryside, isn't the goal to just get out of the house? Let's get out and let's go do some fun stuff and get off of the couch and find something that's more fun besides just sitting around. So I had a ball. I think the video showed that the noodle concept worked excellently. When we did get that one bite that we got, it flipped the noodle straight up. We were able to see the noodle standing up, and it worked real well. So as far as the noodles go, they work great. I just hate it we didn't catch any fish, but we're going to go on Lay, and we're going to fish on Lay, because I know where a lot of 15, 18-foot water is down Lay that I already know. So we were fishing on Mitchell, and that's the first time I've ever fished on Mitchell, and I never dreamed that water would have been that deep. But, you know, it's done and over with. So the next time we're going to fish in some water where we can get that bait a lot closer to the bottom instead of still needing to be having a 60-foot leader on there just to get that bait down. But we had a good time. I appreciate y'all staying with us. And if you enjoyed the video, even though we didn't catch any fish, if y'all enjoyed the video, then y'all subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Thank y'all, and we'll see you.